Hello. I thought I'd go ahead and make a quick video and do a pregnancy update. I kind of wish I've been doing these all along, but I haven't. I am now at the very end of my 25th week, so I'm pretty pregnant, way over halfway. Um, and a lot of people do this early, and I kind of wish I did, but in all reality, nothing really happens too much. Um, in the first part of pregnancy. Usually it's a little bit more exciting near the end. So I'm starting my first pregnancy update at 25, really almost 26 weeks, because tomorrow will be 26 weeks. A little history. With my first son, I ended up having preeclampsia, and he was born exactly to the day 2 weeks early. He was born at the first day of 38 weeks. And so this time around, I'm actually being monitored for that. And I actually am having a little bit of high blood pressure problems. It's not too worrisome at the moment, but I am being monitored for it. I also am on medication. Because of that, I not only have to see my regular OBGYN, but I also have to see a high-risk doctor. Due to that. So, my high-risk doctor appointment last Thursday, my blood pressure was a little high, but it wasn't worrisome. But the way she explained it is throughout your pregnancy, a lot of women blood pressures will fluctuate, it will fluctuate. And there's a time in your pregnancy, and I think she said 32 weeks, where almost every woman has high blood pressure at that time anyways. But at 25 weeks, my blood pressure was a little high. So at 32 weeks, when it will naturally be high, mine will be even higher. Did I explain? I hope I explained that right. So at my next appointment, if it's still high, which it probably will be, they're going to double my medication. I actually am on some high blood pressure medication for pregnancy only at the moment. Right now I take 100 in the morning and 100 at night, and milligrams, sorry, not 100 pills. And she's thinking at my next appointment that I might have to double that, 200 in the morning and 200 at night. So that's basically that, and I anticipate probably having to do that with the way it's been. I also have to do regular nurse visits just for blood pressure updates only, not a regular appointment, just that. And at 32 weeks, I'm going to have to start NST testing, which is non-stress test. Most pregnant women already know what that is. If you don't, you go in the doctor's office, you sit in a chair, my doctor happens to have a Chase Lounge, some have beds, and you get a monitor strapped to your stomach, and they monitor the baby's heart rate for a certain amount of time. It's pretty simple. But it adds another appointment. So not only do I have my regular appointments, I have my high-risk doctor appointments, I have my nurse visits, and eventually I'm going to have to start my NST visits. So I'm going to have so many appointments. And that's basically the only thing I'm dreading at the moment. And then every time I have another appointment, it just kind of throws me over the edge. I have a dentist appointment on September 22nd. My dog had a vet appointment. And just like, the last thing I need is another appointment. And it's especially hard because I have a toddler. So I have to revolve it around his schedule and the doctor's schedule and things like that. And my husband luckily gets off pretty early. He gets off at 3:30 in the afternoon. So if I schedule a 4:15 appointment, it's kind of nice because he can come home and watch our toddler, and I can go by myself. So that's been pretty nice. But I have to make sure that they have an open appointment that day. Because he also has on-call weeks which happens once every 6 weeks, I think. And he also has side jobs he could go to, among other things. So it's been really hard trying to schedule everything to make everyone happy and stuff like that. Another problem I'm having with appointments is I'm supposed to get that gestational diabetes test done sometime between now and the end of September. And since that's a fasting one with pregnant women, they want you to do it first thing in the morning because they don't want pregnant women to go all day without eating. So I'm having a hard time trying to get in a morning babysitter to schedule the 8 a.m. appointment. And so far I don't have it scheduled because usually I can take my son with me to appointments, but that is the only appointment I kind of don't want to take him with because it's a 3-hour appointment and I have to sit strapped to a chair, get my blood drawn, and I don't think I could care for him the way I'm supposed to if he were to get into something or whatever. So I'm going to probably get in a lot of trouble with my doctor, but I don't have that scheduled yet, and I don't know when to schedule it. My husband work, one of his perks to his job is you always get your birthday off, and his birthday is September 22nd. But he has to be on call that week. So you also are able to take you get your birthday off, but you can use it 30 days before or 30 days after your birthday if you don't want to take the actual day off. So I'm trying to come up with a day where he's free. Anyway, that's kind of a long story, but I'm having a problem scheduling that. In other news, everything else is fine. I actually feel great. I always feel great. This is my second pregnancy. I have really easy pregnancies. Sometimes I even forget I'm pregnant because I don't really feel any different. With my son, I hardly ever felt him move or kick. Every sonogram I had, he was moving very like a normal baby, so I know he's moving in there. I just didn't feel it. With this pregnancy, I'm actually feeling it a little bit more. I'm not saying a lot, I'm saying a little bit more. I actually feel her just a little bit more. Every once in a while, maybe once a day, I'll feel a roll or a push or something. The other thing is I think I've been having some kind of acid reflux problems. I don't necessarily think I should call it morning sickness because it's really not that bad, and it happens a lot when I bend over. If I like bend over at the waist, I have some like a feeling that like something's kind of coming up a little bit. I think it's just a little acid reflex. So I really don't want to call it morning sickness because the way people with morning sickness describe it, it's really not that bad. I try to, and it really only happens when I bend over to pick something up, and not every time. If I do get that, I actually do some like dry heaving, so I don't like throw up. I do some dry heaving, and if I do throw up, it's more kind of like a little bit. It's just like a little bit of spit almost, which is probably TMI, but when you're talking about pregnancy, you have to understand there probably will be TMI. So I can say, also another thing is I'm way more exhausted with this pregnancy than the first one. Everybody says it's because with the first one I didn't have a kid, and now not only am I pregnant, but I also have a toddler. But my toddler's really easy, and he can play by himself, and he's really good at independent play, and I'm able to take it easy, so I don't think he's the problem. I just think that this baby's making me a little bit more exhausted, and I've been almost for 25 weeks. I just get really tired, and the best way to describe it is exhaustion. I'm just exhausted almost all the time. I don't feel bad, I just feel tired. So, again, I really don't think it's that bad. So all in all, I'm having a really good pregnancy right now. And, again, this is my last day of my 25th week. Tomorrow starts 26. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm spending my time getting ready for her. I've bought her some I don't want to use all my boy stuff because she's going to be a girl, so I've bought some girl blankets and some girl bibs and some girl burp cloths. My brother gave me some clothes from his daughter, so I have clothes. I'm pretty much set up with clothes. I bought a few pairs of shoes, things like that. So I just need to start expanding my shoes. I need to start expanding some other things, some little tiny odds and ends. But my big purchase, and probably my only big purchase for this baby, my big purchase, because everything else I already have, is I bought a double stroller. And my local Babies R Us, where I bought it from, had a special. If you spent $200, which is how much my stroller cost, you got a free video monitor. So I now have 2 video monitors. I have one for my son, and now she gets her own video monitor. I love having a video monitor. So it really puts your mind at ease. If you're pregnant and you're debating on whether to get one, get one. It really puts your mind at ease. It doesn't even have to be top of the line. It doesn't have to be great. It's just nice to know. It's just nice to be able to see them in their room when they're by themselves sleeping. So I now have 2, one for each kid. I think I'm going to talk more about my double stroller later because this video is starting to get really long. So I'll make another video on that. Bye.